All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. How are we all doing? Hope we had a great weekend, a long one. It's been a long wait, man. Yesterday was difficult. Anyways, we've got about 10 minutes to go. Just quickly gonna brief through the watch list, especially the gappers. Now, on any of those gappers, I am not very extremely long biased, apart from maybe Adap, but we'll see. Anyways, let's start with Rnxt. By the way, if you haven't seen the watch list, guys, it's posted on the Discord channel. So, over here is the watch list, Bbig. Most of them come from last week's watch list, Bbig, AMC, NE, KPLT, HUT, now VIH, SAVA, IPHA, AFRM, Fcuv, Fcuv. And those are the watch list. And then we have gappers, Rnxt, Adap, Rnt, LEXX, MTL. Now, Rnxt, morning everyone, morning Jessica. Rnxt, basically some news behind it and not very keen on it, is popping from 790 to around 1150s, right about here. I'm really short biased on this, guys, and I am planning to take some shorts on this if there is a good setup. So keep an eye on Rnxt. Now, if it does start to break 12s, especially 1250s, all shorts are off. All shorts are off. So we're going to make sure that we are not sort of going against, especially initially, guys, we want to make sure that wait up, especially Tuesdays. I'll consider today as Monday, so I'm going to wait up at least 5 minutes, if I can, 10 minutes after the open. In the meantime, that'll give us a chance to basically watch our watch list, see what's setting up, and also avoid the initial chop of the market. So on this one, guys, Rnxt, I will be watching that 12 area. If it does pop to that area and start rejecting from this area here, then there could be a short opportunity there, but we'll keep that in mind for later. Adap, this is probably the strongest of them all, the way it looks. Not much of, I mean, if it starts to break that 640s, 650s, then yeah, obviously it can run. Some sort of a collaboration with another company. Gene technology is, there's quite a lot of big money behind it, slowly investing in these. So we have to be slightly careful shorting these, because we are not going to fight against the bigger boys, right? So I'm going to be careful shorting this. If it does give us opportunity, yes, I will, but I will definitely wait for the right and A+ setup on this. But if it does start to run, I don't mind looking for longs as well. In fact, I will be looking for longs if it does start running. Irnt, this is a funny one. I really wanted to take this off of the watch list, but it's just, there's something going on. Obviously, there's a lot of interest in it, and it could produce us something with us, but the way it's fading off, it's like a more control fade off, and I am expecting a little bit of a bounce on this. We'll see if it does come back up to 32s, VWAP areas, even 34s, and if it starts to reject from those areas, then we can look into shorting it. This right over here is not a good sign, because it's not actually a proper wash, it's a controlled slow move down, which can lead to a bigger move, a continuation later down the line. So we'll keep an eye on that. And LEXX, I'm watching this one as well. Not much really. Phase 1, I think, initial results. It's just these stocks will just pop and just fill the gap very, very consistently. So on this one, if there is a short opportunity, we'll definitely take that. Just remember on this one, any pops to VWAP, close to VWAP, and maybe over and under VWAP could be an opportunity for a short. Just keep an eye on this one, guys. This could produce something. I'm not too sure about the volume. I'm not too happy, but yeah, it could bring in some more volume later down the line. But after at least 5 minutes of wait. Okay, so MTL earnings play. This is, I think, is beat earnings. I might be wrong on this. The way it's trading, it looks like it's a buyout of some sort, but 460s alarm, 462s. Keep an eye on that. If it starts breaking, that could be an opportunity there. Which one was it? PLRX. Yeah, as I did have this, I believe, and then I took it off because I just didn't like the. See, the thing is, it's already done its move, in my opinion, and I think the game's over. The game's over unless it starts to pop. Now, just keep an eye on this. If it starts to pop around 25, 26s, then we have something interesting on this as well, for sure. But not about right now. It's no, I'm not interested at the moment, but on the side, keep an eye on it. Right, so we have got, guys, 5 or 4 minutes. Welcome to the quite a few new subs here. Welcome to the new members. If you don't know what I do, I will wait. This is just my routine, and I don't intend to break it. When the market opens, I will wait about 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes, before I actually look for trades. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be looking for my watch list, charts, and stuff like that. I will prepare myself for a trade after 5 minutes. Today, definitely, I'm going to stick to that. If I can, maybe 10 minutes, because I consider today to be as Monday. Usually, Mondays over the weekend. After the weekend, it can get a bit choppy and hard to handle at the open. So we'll wait for that, guys. If you're going to be trading any of the meme stocks, AMC, definitely wait up, guys. Don't rush into trading this. I am on AMC right about now. It looks to be it's strong. It's trading over 45. As long as it's trading over 45s, I will consider this to be strong. And Friday, it had a really, considerably small day, almost like an inside day. So if it does start to break the Friday's highs, as you can see, rejection was from the Friday's highs, sorry, Thursdays. And then this is an inside day, break of 44. In fact, it's trading above that. So it's looking like it wants to go. Just be careful shorting it initially. That's what I would say. And we want to wait, make sure, we want to wait for the confirmation. And when there is confirmation, guys, it will show. So we'll wait for that, guys. Thanks, Shelly. Welcome. I hope your opinion stays. Just stick around. You will learn quite a few things that you might not learn anywhere else. I'll try to keep it as real as I can, guys. So I'm not a YouTuber, so just bear with me if I say something wrong or if I misplace anything. Right? Just bear with me for a while. Right, guys, I'm just going to quickly grab something. Those are the watch lists. I will say this, guys. Remember, the only thing you can control is your risk. Make sure you understand your risk before you actually put on that trade, right? So let's do that. Alright guys, what's moving? I'm back. Right. As you can see, Rnxt already drifting up, guys. Hopefully this is gonna pull up to 1150s and give us a chance. If it does pull back up, then we will look into this, but not right now. Nope. And then we have, as you can see, ADAP. Well, 6 broke now. I'm already on the short bias on this, guys. As long as it's staying below a VWAP, we will start looking for a short on this ADAP. Doesn't matter what the news is. Irnt. So as you can see from the gappers, most of them, and in fact all of them, are washing off. So basically they're going down with showing sign of weakness basically. So amongst all of them, guys, Irnt looks kinda probably the best to watch, but it could be a little bit rangy, guys, so just keep an eye on that. What have we got? About 10 cents. Sometimes it can be 15 cents spread on this. So we're looking on a bounce of 27. If it does come back up, maybe 26 might be an area for an opportunity for a short, but I prefer it to be 27 bounce. We'll see. And we have got so many things today. MAT. Okay. We have Adap. Yeah, because we're chasing a momentum, worse than. We're chasing momentum, so especially at the open, after the open, you want to have something that's going to be showing you some quick reactionary time frame. I found that 1 minute to be perfect for me. I'll go into detail on that later on, guys. Let me just try to. I'm watching quite a few at the moment, guys. Rnxt, okay. Yeah, it popped. 11 held, as you can see that our 200 EMA breaks down, comes back to it, right to the tick, holds under 11. Could have been an opportunity, but still early for me. Adap looks very interesting right about here, guys. Okay, we might have missed it. We might have just missed it. You see this candle here? That was a clear sign that it's pulled back and it doesn't want to go above. At least I was kind of waiting for 6s, but this just completely rejected from before 6s. So that's just telling you that, yeah, the weakness is really there. So yeah, we've missed that definitely. Okay, Rnxt, keep an eye on that. Remember that 27 level. At the moment it's on 26. This is quite rangy stock, so I'm gonna trade this on the side, guys, because I don't like to call out trades that has quite a bit of range, because it's kind of hard for people to adjust the risk management on this. So but the idea behind it is let it pop up to 27s and give it some room if you're going to trade it, ideally $1. I'm waiting for LEX to pop at least to 7s, and once it does, on the rejection I will be shorting LEXX as well, but very illiquid at the moment, not much of interest. Okay, MTL is not doing anything, so I'm gonna take this off. I don't like the way it looks. MTL is taken off from the watch list, and we're talking about HUT. HUT has moved down, and actually I am quite interested in HUT. Jessica, 11s. Guys, HUT, HUT. Right about now, in fact, shorting HUT, HUT, looking to short it at the moment. I want to see if it does pop to 11s, and if it, even if it doesn't, if it starts to reject from here, then we can slowly start taking shorts on it. But on this one, guys, I wouldn't give it more than 10 cents. I would not give it more than 10 cents risk. So right about now, okay, 11 is broken. I'm gonna wait up on it, guys. Not just yet. Not just yet. Now let it pop up over 11. Let it pop up over 11, and then if it does come back under 11s, that's when the confirmation will happen, guys. Right? There it goes, as you can see, under 11. I want to make sure that it stays under 11 as well. Okay, same Bbig as well, guys. Similar scenario. Bbig looks good. Get ready for a. I'm trying to get some 1099s. Couldn't get full, but that's fine. 1099s I got in on the HUT 1099s, guys. And then stop is just over 11 10s, guys. 11 10s. I wouldn't risk too much on it, guys. Still early. It could easily pop back up to the highs, and daily is quite strong, but looks to me overextended. So stop just over 11 11s, 11 10s. Okay, looks interesting. As long as that 11 is holding, we are good to go on this. If it doesn't, then yep, that's fine. I don't mind risking 10 cents. Rnxt. Okay, it's back to 11 at 10s, 11 on all 9s, all 7s. This might take us out. That 11, under 11 should have stayed under 11, but still early. Oh, Bbig, guys, we missed the main one. We missed the main one. I did mention it right about now, here at the green candle. I was looking at it there. Yeah, that was a definite trade, 8 10s. For those of you who actually follow me on the streams, they clearly know that they should know at least that there was a setup there, right? Okay. Let's. Yeah, I'm out of that, guys. I'm just gonna leave it alone for the moment. Was worth the 10 cents risk. That's fine. Initial. What is it? About 10 cents risk. Yeah. 11 cents. We'll wait on it because I feel like, you know, this daily is extended, so I will wait for the backside move on this. Rnxt. Rnxt. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, KPLT. KPLT under 7s. Guys, keep an eye on KPLT as well. KPLT under 7. I wanna get at least few bars here if I can to make sure that stays under 7. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. KPLT. Okay. I'm looking at KPLT. It's attacking that 7 area, guys. Let's just wait on that. Okay, it's looking like it wants to hold there, so I'm gonna start slowly. 98s. Can I get a 98 maybe? 7s. Okay, let me try 98s. Yeah, 98s, guys. 698s. I am in KPLT 698 short. With a stop. It's very tight stop, guys. It's like on the break of that 7s, we will get out of it like 10 cents max. Maybe even like 6 cents. 8 cents. 706s we should get out on this, guys. So you can take some shares on it. Okay, 7s are getting attacked here. Now, if that 7 holds and if it starts to drift down, okay, now it's moving up. Let's just wait for this to actually close. I want this bar to close, guys, before I exit this. I want to make sure that I don't get whipped out on this. I will have my hard stop somewhere a little bit higher, but my mental stop, that's looking really good. Now I don't mind actually adding on this now. 698, 698, right, 98. Okay, same price though, unfortunately, which is actually good. Same price. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. All right, I managed to add 698, same price when it did reject off of that area. Now our stop, hard stop, definitely can come over 705s, guys. So our hard stop definitely can come over 705s, and I am running definitely full position on this. 670 is an area where we're going to take our first partial, guys. 670, that's what I'm planning anyways. Get ready, if it does wash, you should be quite quick on the partial, guys. There we go, there we go. 676, come on. 73s, 72s, 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 come on, come on. Okay, 75s. To be honest, I tried to take out right at the bottom here, 72s. I think I might regret that. I couldn't take it. By the way, guys, HUT is trying to pick up itself. So be careful shorting this thing. It looks quite strong. I will wait on this, guys. In fact, there is a long here, but I'm not going to call it. So keep an eye on HUT. Yeah, I mean, if you had taken anything 675, 73s, partial would have been nice on KPLT, guys. But if it does come back and starts to reject from that 670s again, I will take some out for sure this time. You guys can hear me properly, by the way, guys? Just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. ADAP, nice short opportunity. ADAP, keep an eye on ADAP. 6. I am a bit worried on this price action though. Okay, okay. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave this, guys. Now, I didn't look at the proper price action there. Yeah, Silver, you're gonna struggle with TDA for if you're gonna stay with us for shorting. You're gonna struggle with the TDA. I will definitely guarantee you that. IB, TDA, anybody like that will struggle. So, okay, here we go, guys. If you haven't taken anything, you can take some off right about now. Oh, even better, 667s. All right, here we go, 667s. Come on, give me 668. Okay, I'll take that. 668, guys. 668. I took some out, but looks interesting. Looks good for our shorts here. First partial out. As you can see, guys, from our risk to our first partial is definitely more than 2 to 1. In fact, close to maybe even 3 to 1. So that is looking good. And HUT is, now this is what I like on HUT. guys, that rejection of the highs. Now it's definitely gonna, this is just telling you that yes, it just doesn't have enough momentum to actually keep on chugging along like it did before. So for the moment I am short biased on hot, but I want to make sure it breaks that and stays broken, that 11 area here, guys, right? I cannot stress that enough. Please try to not take shorts over here. If it does break 11s and stays broken, what I mean by that is if it does close under 11 and starts trading under it, then we'll look for shorts. KPLT. Okay, guys, KPLT, if it starts to reject here, KPLT, I will not mind adding. It has to reject. Now, if it does break the VWAP and starts breaking the 7s, I will pretty much get out of it with a few cents loss. So right about now, it's looking good. Okay, KPLT. Yeah, ask Andrew. Andrew. Anyways, guys, I'm ready. I am gonna myself, but for you guys, if you're trading smaller accounts, try to not add to even winners. I am gonna add myself here. 688s. 688s. Okay. Right about 688s. I added here, guys. Added 688. Now, if it does wash down to 200 EMA 670s, I don't mind taking some out, but I will tighten my risk to over 7s, right? So I will tighten my risk to over 7s. Even now, guys, my risk is tight over 7s. As soon as it starts breaking above it, as long as it's giving me successful break over 7s, I will take this out. There we go. Voila. KPLT. Let's go. Come on. Okay, hot. If you're watching hot, guys, just leave it alone. As I mentioned, under 11s it would be an interesting area, but if it starts to break that 1130, it could easily run for another move like this. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. Right, KPLT is not doing what I expected to do, so I'm gonna be a bit careful on this. KPLT. Okay, here we go. It's coming up to that 7s and it got rejected from there. So right about now is a good sign. Now, if you're really tight on your risk, guys, you can actually put your stop on break even. I would say that will be too close if you have taken anything out. But I don't mind putting some risk in there for the possible fade down. So I'm just leaving it a little bit, giving it a little bit of a room. Ooh, Rnxt was a beautiful short, but we missed on that. KPLT. Hot looks like a really nice long, to be honest, guys. I'm just not happy about the daily. It's a bit overextended, but hot looks like a nice long, maybe over 1130s. But I really don't like to take breakouts. Really don't like it. I will wait for it to break. If it does break, guys, let me know. Adap. Okay, Adap now looks good. Guys, Adap 590, 6 over 6, 587, Adap, KPLT. I'm gonna come out of KPLT if it starts to break 7s, guys. 7 needs to break and stay broken. Just don't like that coming up and with a volume. 705. If it does break 705s, I will be out anyways. My hard stop is over 705s at around 706, but my mental stop is still over 7s. So if it does start to trade right about here and it stays here for a while, then I will definitely come out of it. Seems like it wants to break. Okay, I'm out. I'm out, guys. I'm out. This looks like it wants to wake up. Still hasn't really faded off. Right, so I'm out. Just a little bit higher actually, right about there. You see this volume? I was afraid of this volume. That's why I wanted to be a bit quicker on this, but it was at that time it wasn't there, the volume. So that's a well managed trade. I'm happy with that trade, guys. It's a very well managed. And ADAP. Yeah, we can discuss brokers later on, Silver. Just let's get some trades. Let's get some trades in. Yeah, hot definitely. That's why I mentioned like wait for a confirmation on hot. Definitely waiting could play out. Now remember, guys, I mentioned Monday being very choppy, so it's to be expected, right? So expect few choppy trades, but as long as you're keeping it nice and small. I mean, any trades we took is like 10 cents, 10 cents. So you should be able to handle that. Hot. Hot now is looking good, guys. I'm looking into hot, guys. Again, if it does break 11s, it would be much better. But if this brings volume in, then I will definitely look into it, guys. In fact, I'm looking into hot right about now. Hot 1197s. Come on, hot. Don't do that to us. Oh, come on, hot. Okay, so hot seems like it wants to make up its mind. So it's already at under 11. I just couldn't take it. I wanted to take it just before 11 because I saw that volume coming in, and the change of direction was due. So I just couldn't get in around 11s. 1093 might not be a bad idea, but 1110s. In this case, around 1110 will be your stop, guys. Yeah, Rnxt was a big miss, Jessica, and I mean, I've only got like 2 eyes, guys. Like we missed Bbig big time. Now what else did we miss? Not much, but this thing is still here. 1090 hot. Guys, right about here, you could start early on the hot, but I would really like it to come down to 11s and see how it reacts. But if you want to start small here, and then maybe add 1110s and then you stop 1110s, that is a possibility. But if you're going to do that, start small here. Don't go with the full position. So I'm going to try and start as well that way. 1089s. Yep, 1089s. 1089s. I started over here. The only thing with this one is we want this area here to get broken. Um, that that 200 is acting as a support for us at the moment. If that breaks, guys, then we are good to go on this. So 11 as well, I will keep in order there if it starts to reject. That's my plan with it, and my stop will be 11.10s. Slightly more than I would have liked, but that's fine. Okay, this is looking even better. If it does break now, your risk will be over here, guys. 1097 is very tight, so it's about to break. Let's see if this continues. Okay, that 200 is holding. Okay, 1086. We've got 1080s now. 1080s need to break. Okay, here we go. Here we go, hot. Come on, you've broken the 200 now. Let's go. Don't look back. Right. On hot, really, I would have really liked the pop to 11s, but I'm happy with that trade. Now, guys, definitely put your stop. I'm going to do that. 1096. If it does break this area, there's no point in holding on, but look out for a partial at the moment. All right, let's go hot. Today might be the day you give us some red. You've been running. You're tired now. You've been climbing. It's about time you take a rest. No, we don't want you to take a rest. We want you to fall. Sorry, that's a bad thing to say, but that's 1050 is an area I would really like to break. Now, once that breaks, then look out for a really good trade. Yeah, that's probably my secret. Don't tell anyone, Jessica. See, there lies a massive secret. You just have to dig it out. Dang it. How can you? That's too quick. Don't say that. It's too quick. Too early. VIH. VIH. Have a look at that. VIH. Nice little shorting opportunity under 12. Your risk about 12.10s. Around 20 cents though. Quite a... let's have a look. Yeah. Might be a bit too late. It was under 12 though. Yeah, I think we're late a bit. Yeah. This is too late. Also, guys, if any of the stocks you're watching has washed off, prepare yourself for kind of like a reversal, maybe a bigger pullback. Right? Here we go, hot. Might be a nice opportunity to to add, but it's just might be actually from 1066. On hut I've got like 10 is the target, but I don't like to keep target, you know me. But generally, like if it does reach target 10, I will take most of it out, but I would really like it to break that 1050. Now around 1050 I will take some out. If this washes anywhere under this 1060s 1055s, I'll take some out without a doubt. 1060s, there it goes, come on. Right, so this is looking good. We want to get in some more volume for it to break that 1050. Yeah, the only thing standing between this is that 1055 area, and then we've got 10s and even 950s. But I don't expect it to go 950s all the way. 10 is more than good enough for me. I just couldn't take anything 1060s. I really wanted just a bit greedy on that. I understand, just a bit greedy, but right guys, on AMC I did mention try not. Today I was looking for, as you can see, looks quite strong. Daily looks quite strong. If it starts to break that and start attacking that highs 48s, you know, it looks quite very sort of like textbook breakout bull flag or whatever you want to call this. It's a really good daily, and intraday is looking good, so I'll be extremely careful shorting this. Ooh, Rnxt, come on, I mean hot. Okay, so this is the reversal or the bigger pullback that we might have waited for. Let's see if this holds. It's holding up nicely, which is good because our stop is just over 1095s. Perfect. And that looks so good. Let me just try to get that going. So now, worst case scenario, we should be out of this 1090s to 1090, around 6 cents loser. It shouldn't be more than 6 cents loser. Right, I've added 1080s as well, guys, around this area. Just a little bit of a chase, but 1080s I've added here. And then stop is still there, guys. My average is about 1085 to 1096, 10 cents. 10 cents. Yeah, but right about now it's attacking that though. That's the thing. We want the rejection to happen quicker than, the more it stays around here, is the more chance of it breaking, as you can see. So if it does break and stays above it, then I'll come out of it. Maybe even break even, or worst case scenario 1095s. So it's popping right about now. What we don't want to do is exit on the pop. All right, Here it goes, 1092s, 3s. Looks like it wants to take us out. 96, 95, 96. 96 I will be out, guys. 96, remember 96 I've got my hard stop there. 95 I would not be out because I see some numbers on 95, and if it does break that 95, then I'm just gonna hold exit here. If it does provide me another opportunity later down the line, I'll take it, but 1096 I'll be out. So there you go, 95s are getting hit right about now. 95s are getting hit. As you can see, 95s here and getting thinned out. So so far it's holding. So it's a good idea that 95, behind 95, your hard stop could rest there. Okay, there it goes. I'm out. It could easily, that 11 could easily hold, guys. But I just don't like to risk too much. It could break out of 11s and then start trading above it. It might have wicked us out, but the fact that it has bounced all the way to 50% of this move, I just don't like it, because initially it was showing sign of strength as well. As you can see, it's trying to attack that 11. For me, it's about 10 cents loser on this. But if it does give me opportunity here, I will not hesitate to take it. Yes, HUT is a BTC, it's a crypto basically. So right about, I think it might have just shanked us out. Might have just shanked us out. $10.99, 1090s, 1090s. Right, let's see. Keeping an eye on HUT. Yeah, it has done that. It's definitely done that. Oh my god. KPLT is going for another round, guys. KPLT, keep an eye on that. Another round for long. I'm looking to long this, guys. 730s, 735s. Okay, 735. I'm long. It's quick, guys. With around 20 cents though, 25 cents. 735. I'm long. KPLT. Just coming. The volume coming in. Yeah, it's gonna be a quick one. Stop is going to be under that 711, 720s. You can keep it under 717s area. But if it does break this, guys, daily looks great. It's already done its move. You see, it wanted to fade off, but it actually completely reversed back, and now it's basically paused up and bringing some volume. So it's attacking that highs again. And as long as that volume is staying and is starting to attack 740s, it could break out. And once it does break, then we can also look into add as well 750 break. But still early. This entry here is a bit early with minimum risk, but once it breaks that 750, then we have got some decent trade on it. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna try hot again. 1082s, hot, short 1082s, short 1082s, hot. This is the last try on hot, guys. If I don't get anything on this, then I will leave the hot alone. It's not worth it. Risk is over 11, guys, and I am okay with that. Right, KPLT I have to pay attention to because I want to get out if it does break down below the EMA 715's KPLT. If it does break under this area here, guys, and it stays broken, I'll come out. If it's 720s, 715s, doesn't matter. What I want this to, the EMA to hold. In fact, 720s needs to hold now. Okay, looks interesting and looks good. We want that volume coming in. 730s, come on. 730s. Okay. So I've taken this entry on the hot is slightly I'm more comfortable with on hot because it's later down the line. It's done its chop. Now if it does decide to continue, it should make up a decision. Otherwise we're still I mean we're looking at 1130 to 1050. Yeah. So KPLT, be careful. If you're long here or anywhere here, be careful because it needed to break that quickly. That was the idea behind it. Now you can be tight on it and put your risk 718s, but that could easily be one of those wick outs, and then it goes back up to start breaking the 740s. So I'm watching it really closely. Right about now it looks good, but we want that volume coming in before it breaks it. So as you can see, volume coming in a little bit. That could be due to short sellings, but we'll see. Just want to make sure that 750 gets hit and breaks. Yeah, that's just not looking good with the volume coming down. That's not looking good. I might exit this early. KPLT keeping an eye on it to exit. 723s, 24s, 22s. Right, just about to exit, guys. 717s. 719s. Just waiting on it to finish this. Okay, it's falling now. So that's not good. It's already made up its decision, so I need to just exit at a better price. What I'm trying to find is a better price to exit now. 714s, 713s, 11s. Yeah, that's a complete failure. 11s. Oh man, come on, give us a bit better price. 708s. Right. 710s. 712s. Right, I'm out 711s, guys. Gave back a bit more. 711s. Could have waited on this bounce, but the idea was to get out around 718s, but about 7 cents I gave more by waiting, because I just didn't want to get whipped out of the candle. Sorry, a wick. I didn't want to get wicked out, so that's why I waited for this confirmation. Now by the time it gave me the confirmation, it was a bigger candle than I anticipated. So it goes both ways basically. If you have like a mental stop, sometimes it could work out for you, sometimes it doesn't. But in the long run, it does work out for me, so I'm okay with that. We got chopped up quite a bit today, guys. But very small losers. It's like controlled losers as well, guys. Very controlled losers. I'm okay with that. Let's see our hot. Last trade on hot. I need that low to get taken out. Okay, here we go. Come on, hot. Here we go. KPLT, there is a short here, guys. KPLT, but wanna see if this holds up a little bit under VWAP. What you don't want to see on this one, guys, is to that VWAP reclaim. If it does reclaim, then we are still in a chop. In fact, it might try to break the highs again. So as long as it's staying under a VWAP, KPLT will look to short it. Okay, here we go. Come on, hot. Finally. Okay, 1055. So I'm gonna take some out. 56. 657. 56s, guys. Just a slight bit, not a lot, guys. 25%. Just want to take some out because earlier on this trade as well, I had the chance to take out. I didn't, which wasn't good idea. So this trade could have easily sort of been a break even instead of a loser, but right about now it looks good. We can keep our stop. In fact, I'm gonna keep it there, guys, over the VWAP. Yeah, see that hot, that low, it doesn't want to break that. But if remember, guys, if that breaks, then I am looking for tens. Yeah, that'll be probably my partial area just before tens. KPLT, yeah, KPLT actually is producing right about now, probably a short opportunity. But if you hit that 3 red and if you've controlled your risk, well done for stopping, because remember, these kind of days, if it chops you around, a small loser can lead you to a massive loser, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna start to risk a bit more, emotionally get involved, because you already have 3 reds. You're mentally not gonna think logically. So that's why I have that rule: 3 reds hit. For me, it was kind of a bit tricky because I took one out on the KPLT. So on KPLT, I had kind of like a partial, so it wasn't really red on the short side, right? So let me show you. KPLT over here was a partial here, really beautiful partial, by the way. And then yeah, KPLT. Right, KPLT, I'm gonna try short, guys. Right about here with a stop 720s, 10 cents. Could have done with a better entry, but 710, I'm okay with that. Now, when it does break that 720, I want to make sure it breaks and stays above. So that's kind of like my mental stop there. And we got stopped out here. Right about there. 711s. Okay, hut, come on. Come on, hut. Here we go. We are looking good on hut. Broken the lows. I'll show you. There we go. Lows are broken now. You can keep your stop to break even now on the hut. To stop break even, and our KPLT is looking good as well, so right about there. And if it does break the 7s, next target would be 685s on the 200 EMA. There it goes. There it goes. 7s are getting hit. Lovely, looks good. The 7s are holding so far, but seems like it wants to break that. Yep. Ooh, huge numbers coming in at 7. But 7s are getting hit, as you can see, and it's gonna take out. There you go. There it goes. That's looking good already for us. Beautiful. 685s will be a nice area to take some shorts. Take some partials. 685s, 87s will be an area for a partial. Yeah, KPLT. Most of the small caps you won't be able to on TD Ameritrade and also IB. I think we might have a discussion later down the line about maybe certain choices on the brokers. But right about now I am in few trades that I need to actually make sure I get my second partial on, and then I can relax on them. I don't even have to watch because I can trail stop it. So right about now I need this second partial on hut. Okay, here we go, hut. Come on now. Second partial around, I would say 10, 20, 30s. Let's have a look. So I'm watching hut for another possible partial around 1030s. KPLT. There we go. Okay, there we go. Come on, hut. We are gonna get that 1030s. You know, you guys and Silver and War Satan. It might have been good for you because we had some losers shorting things. So today might have been good, but now it's producing some decent gains, as you can see. Really good hot guys. Trying to get some out around 1030s. Ooh, it bounced off so quickly. Come on, hot. Just wasn't ready for the 1030s. Guys, HUT, get ready to take some out. Anywhere here, 1030s, anywhere lower 1030s would be great. I myself is trying to get out some, but it's bounced off. And our KPLT is doing well. With HUD, you can keep your stop over 1070s, guys. Over 1070s, I'm bringing my stop down, and I am quite relaxed on this because worst case scenario, I will be out. I don't know about break. Let's say break even. Boom, KPLT 685s. 685s. 694s. Come on, KPLT. Give us that 685s and we'll take some out. Come on, KPLT. $10.40s. Okay, get ready to take some out on hot. It's gonna wash off now. Come on, wash. Don't let me down, hot. Wash, wash, wash. Come on, hot. Are you gonna wash or what? 1030s, I'll take some out. It's coming, guys. Just wait up on hot. The wash is coming. Come on, hot. Wash. There it goes. Okay, 1030s is gonna get taken out. Come on. Take it out. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Take that out. 1030s. 1034s. Oh, what the hell. 35s. I'll take some out. 35s. 35s. Really didn't want to take anything here because I think wash is coming, but I don't mind taking some out. Okay, so 2 partials taken on hut, and now I can let the rest run towards 10. Now, if it does hit 10, which seems like it wants to break now, this is the wash I was looking for. Bloody hut. Today is not listening to me. Anyways, it's trying to be naughty today. Anyways, we are KPLT short. KPLT short under 7s are looking really nice. We can keep our stop just over 7, very close to our entry, which is break even. But this stop is, for me, it's a mental stop because I need this to break. For it to be void, this trade, I need it to break above VWAP and start trading above it. Now by doing that, I might give out few cents here and there, but it's definitely worth the risk for me, because most of the cases I've seen, as you can see in our entry here, if you had stop, yeah, if you had your stop over VWAP anywhere here, you would have been shanked out, just like we got on the hut. Sorry, yeah, on the hut, I think. So I want to make sure this closes above 710 for me to get out. Yes, yes, yes. Hut's looking sexy for sure. Now it's listening to me. It's a bit delayed. The data, you know, Hut had a long weekend, so it's probably hungover or something, which might be good for us actually. KPLT, I don't want you to be curling back out. Guys, I don't like KPLT. KPLT, I know I'm short and I'm in a good position, but the way it's bouncing off of that 7. Now, if 7 is not holding, if it doesn't reclaim back under 7, then I might even exit this earlier, guys. But at the moment, as it stands, I might, worst case scenario, I might lose about 5 cents, hopefully, not more than that. But I will get out early if it starts to show sign of strength or the volume coming in on the bounce. There it goes. Let's see. I'm gonna watch this, guys, carefully because I need to exit this earlier. My entry is about 711s, so I'm still like break even on it. But that volume coming in right about now. Okay, trying to 708s. So I could exit this anytime, guys. I'm just waiting for that sign to make sure that I don't get really wicked out. 706. Okay, so that VWAP is holding at just about 705s. Yeah, now definitely, guys, if it does break that 710s, you want to be out on this. Uh, I'm still gonna wait on this to break above 710s and start trading over it, because it could easily be a wick. But if a VWAP is holding, then it shouldn't break above it and start trading above. Simple as that. And if it does, then we are out. I had Andrew, I had VIH on watch for sure, but I just found that it just lacked that liquidity. And yes, it looks like, over here 1170s was a short there, 100%. We've taken quite a lot of trades like this, but the thing with this is just the liquidity. When I'm gonna exit, when I'm gonna enter, it's gonna create problems for me, especially if I have some numbers there. So for me, it's a no at the moment. The way it looks, yes, there is a trade here, 1170s. But trade has to come. The volume has to support it as well, isn't it? It's not just the looks or the setup itself. Setup comes with the volume. Okay, now KPLT looking good. Under 7. Come on, come down under 7. And we want that to continue. Yep, there we go. KPLT. Let's go. Finally, you decided. Okay. Just take your time. Make sure you decide before we actually exit the trade. Any wash again, I'll remind, any wash to 685s, 86s, I'll take some out. Oh, looking good. Okay. Right. Hot, guys, on the last batch, I'll be a bit flexible. If it starts to break above 1017s, I might come out. But we already took quite a few partials on this, really nice. So I'm happy with that. Okay, Bbig is waking up, guys. Bbig, BBIG, is waking up. Volume coming in, breaking 8. Is the volume enough for it to actually make it continue, have that follow through? If that volume stays consistent, yes, over 8, as long as it's staying over 8. So this could provide us with something if it does break and then sort of falls back to 8. So this is the idea behind it. So it breaks that 8, 810s, 815s, 20s, whatever, and then comes back around this 8 area. Then there could be an opportunity for a long on this, because daily looks like the pause already happened, and this has potential, guys. So I'll definitely keep an eye on BBIG. Is waking up, that's all I can say. And wait for it to pull back anywhere close to 8. And if that 8, right about now in fact, if it starts to hold, then we might have a nice little long setup on this. But wait for it. Few bars need to trade around 8, I would say. No, Andrew, that's a really good observation, honestly, because Oh, BBIG, what you want to do is 790 is the hard stop, 790, because if it does come back and start trading under 8, that thesis isn't valid anymore. So we are actually following the momentum here. If the momentum continues, this shouldn't come back under 8. As you can see, it's already showing sign of like, okay, I want to continue. Now, this could be a just a little wake up, dead cat bounce thing. It could be, but the only time I'm gonna say that, well, that was just a dead cat bounce is if it starts trading under 8 and starts coming back into that chop zone again under EMA. Sorry, under VWAP. Right about now, it has strength. That's all I can say. Yeah. If you can, it's kind of hard. I mean, I don't know how your experience is, but for me, I will keep it 790s. But if it starts to break that 8, you could get out 795, 794s as well. But make sure that it's trading under that VWAP. It's not just a wick. Okay, something like that. As you can see, it breaks. Remember, it breaks and then it doesn't take out the high of that bar, but it comes back in. That's not a break. That's actually a good sign for short sellers, right? In this case as well, if it does break down, let's say 794s, 93s, and then comes back in, well, that's a good sign for you as a long trader. It is holding its own, guys. Over 8 is holding its own with some volume. So that right about now, I'm looking to long it. In fact, 810s. 810s is okay. 810s is fine. Have a look at the numbers. 810s, guys. Look, that number goes away. Then we have some strength coming in on it. So I'm gonna wait for 810s to break, guys, because I saw a lot of numbers at 810s. I don't know whether you saw that, guys. Let's have a look at this thing. Bbig. I'm gonna have my stop limit order around 811s. It's coming back up, so the volume though on the pullback is smaller, which is a good sign. All right. Let's go. 807, 807s. $808. It's coming up to that 810, guys. Just pay attention to 810s on the level 2. Might be a good experience if it does come back up to it. There you go. 809s are now holding up. Now if those get taken out, 810s should get taken out. As you can see, 810s. Okay, I'm already 811s. Yep, I'm in. So my stop limit order got hit on 811s. There we go, 811s. And then stop under 8, guys. Stop under 8 if it does close below 8. So I'm okay with that. Now we want that volume coming in, which is good. It's coming in. There we go. Come on, Bbig. We know that you've run previously and your daily looks like you want to run. So we're gonna just keep that stop. Let me just put this here. I really wish, I mean, I really would like this volume to actually stay up and consistent. I don't want this to drop on the move up. So I would definitely still, it's early, but if we can catch this and if it's the start of a move, it can produce huge R's for you guys, and I mean huge. So we're just going to be patient on this, guys. Yay! Right, come on. Let's get that momentum. Let's get that volume behind you. 820s break. 830s and 840s. Quite a bit of resistance, but as long as that volume is consistent, we are good. What's our... Okay, AMC. Remind me to talk about AMC, guys. I want to talk something really important that might help you out. Remind me to talk about AMC, yeah, if you can, later down the line once we are... Whew, KPLT, there we go, 685s. Come on, KPLT, finally. Looks like all the stocks are a bit hungover today. It's just 685. I took some out, guys. Where is it? 686s. Around that area here. Right, I'm partial out on KPLT around 686, and I am waiting for it to drop or wash down to the low 670s. So it's looking good. Already partial out, and most of our trades are looking good. Apart from, well, that's not even bad. Let's analyze Bbig. So it's washing off. That's not a good sign, but we want that 8 to hold. As long as that 8 is holding, we are staying in this trade. And it might take a while, guys. It might take a while. Now this waking up, this volume will bring in more players in. So once it starts to calm down, it could go for another move, but we want that 8 to hold. Yeah, baby. Come on, hut. Remember, guys, 10 was the target on hut. 10, we're achieving that target on hut. 10, 09s, 08s. I am really tempted to take some out on hut right about now. 10, 08s, 07s, even better. 07s, 06s. Come on. 06s, 07s. Doesn't matter. 07 is fine. Beautiful exit. I don't have much left on hut now, guys. I will bring my stop right about here. Beautiful trade on hut, guys. And KPLT as well, really nice. I know, Jessica, it happens, don't worry. This is the test for your FOMO resistance. You want to make sure that you train your mind to handle the FOMO as well. The more you do it, the more it becomes slightly easier. I'm not saying that you never become immune to it. Not by all means. It just becomes easier to look at that stock that has run without you. Over here on KPLT, guys, if anybody traded, I think a lot of people didn't trade it because of short hard to borrow issues, but you can keep it on just over 706, but I'm keeping it just over 710s, very close to my entry basically. KPLT might be providing us with another opportunity right about here with a stop 695s. Just about here, 10 cents. But I'm already in. If I'm gonna take, I might add here 685s. Let me have a look at the 686, 87s. I'll just gonna wait up on it because it's still on that 200 EMA. 85s. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna add 685s on this. 685s. My stop is still here, guys. Now I know this is not a confirmed entry. It's just the problem with this is if I do wait for this to break, it's not gonna give me a chance for an ad. I know it's a little bit early. I would have waited for 7s ideally, 695s. But if this breaks, 680s, then that ad wouldn't come on it. See that 200 held? I'm okay with this bounce, guys. I expect that bounce. I'm totally fine with it as long as that 7 is holding. So this bounce is quite healthy. In fact, all the way to 7s would be nicer, because when it does come back after that bounce, chances are 200 EMA will get taken out. Now, I will stress this again, guys. Do not ignore 200 EMA. As you can see, especially if you're new, as you can see, every single day I give examples of this. Maybe I should create a lot of videos on 200. Have a look at this. It's not a brainer. Sorry, it's just quite very apparent. Touches it and then bounces. And then over here, it is still trying to hold. Now, the good thing with this is it's holding, but actually it's not rejecting the price badly. So the difference between this and that is the only thing is it's bouncing, but it's really small. So what this tells you is a really pressure to the downside. There's quite a bit of pressure. Even the 200 is not able to bounce it properly. So that's why I managed to add somewhere here. We'll see. My stop is still 711, 710s. There's no dotted yellow lines. There's the dotted white lines here. That's just a pivot point. One of the pivot points. Daily pivot. Right, so on this one I will watch that 7. If it does start trading over it, I will let's have a look at Bbig. Bbig. On Bbig, the thesis is still valid. It's still trading above 8. So as long as it's doing that, I'm not worried about that at all. In fact, right about now, if it does break that 812, it will look good on it. If it does break that 812, 14s, 15s, there it goes. I'm okay with it. Like, yeah, I'm not even watching it. I'm watching it on the side. It might take a while. I have got an alarm set over 820s once it breaks that, and then I'll be interested to watch it properly. Right about now, I'm not gonna keep on looking at it on this chop here before it actually moves, which it seems like this might be the start of that move. Just gonna be patient on this. What's our HUD doing? This is our trade of the day, probably 1 partial, 2 partial, 3 partial, and beautiful trade. I've only got like 20% left on this. Hot, hot, hot. Come on, hot, wake up. Sorry, not hot. I don't want hot to wake up, but Bbig. We're not out the woods on Bbig unless it breaks and stays above 820. AMC possible short. AMC possible short. 46.75s. 46 right about now. In fact, I'm looking into it. Let's see. Waiting on that tape. 46.66 possible short with a stop over VWAP. It could be 67s and 90, about 25 cents. It could be. Okay, let's see. So I am ready on AMC. Everybody has their own setup server. If you have a setup, don't let me change your mind. Here we go. Bbig, come on. If I think what you're gonna do, if you do half of it, Bbig will be happy. Okay, AMC, I'm shorting it, guys. 66, 46, 66 with a 25 cents. I'm gonna leave a little bit of room on this. Still could be early. There's no confirmation yet. Just on the break of VWAP, I'll come out of this. On the break of VWAP, guys. Go Bbig. Be big for us. Under 8 is your stop, and let this thing. This volume is not very strong yet, but once it breaks that 840, guys, watch out. Okay, but having said that, that 840 is going to create problems, so take some out if you can. Exactly, be extremely big. We want that. I don't like KPLT. I might come out of this, guys. That's just showing sign of reversal. 705. I will take that out. Guys, on KPLT, I don't know whether a lot of people are not short. Anyways, I will handle this on the side. I want to wait for that 710s. Just gonna risk that 710 area. If it does break above, that's fine. I'll keep it on the side. Just not gonna rush through it because it is going into that chop. By the way, AMC looking nice and juicy, and if it does continue, we are looking at least first partial 46.30s, 46.30s around that area, first partial, and then 46, just before 46, another partial, and then let the rest run. Come on, Bbig, you need to continue. Right, the AMC is looking good. Bbig looking good. Hut has already looked good enough. There it goes. Now, if this breaks, guys, on Hut, the 990 level, put your stop. 1030s, beautiful. Now we're cooking. What are we cooking, guys? It's got to be something delicious, right? Alright, Jessica, have a good one. Sorry about that 3 reds. I've got almost 3 reds today as well. But happens as long as you control that. The risk. It only takes 1 trade, Jessica, to get your 3 reds. In fact, sometimes even less than 1 trade. So don't worry, it will come. Just make sure that controlling risk is your main priority. Money stew. Yes, I like that. I'm getting already hungry, guys. Right, Bbig is see the thing is the volume for it to break that 840, it has to be bigger than these, right? This little bulk here, it has to be bigger than that. So we are still kind of not out the woods, but at least we can relax. We have quite a bit of move from 816 to under 8 for our stop. And we're not risking a lot on this, remember, we are risking about 10 cents, maybe even 15. Yeah, I go to each trade saying that to myself in my mind. So it's extremely important to not just hear that, but to abide by it. There you go, my first partial is getting hit on AMC, by the way. Right over here, guys, even better than before I expected. 46, what did I get? Let me check. 46.20s, around 46.20s actually. I don't mind that. I'll take that. Plus 21s. Okay, first partial out around 46.20s on AMC. A very, very good trade on this. Ooh, I don't know what to say, Silver, because if you hadn't set a stop, now if you had traded that as a swing trade, by all means, but really, you know, you should respect the stop if you had one. Because the thing is, I wanted to talk about it. I'll talk about the AMC in a minute, guys, once my trades are looks better. I don't like Bbig, guys. Bbig is rejecting from that top here, but I will again risk that 10 cents just for the sake of it. Now really this should not have come down. If it does come down, it shouldn't come down below 8. So if it does, my thesis is wrong. I will come out of it. Again, controlling that risk. Pretty much on all of the trades that I'm running at the moment, I am green and I'm in a good position. The only thing is I'm worried about the Bbig, BBIG, because the way it washed up under 20, and if it does break that 8, if it does come back to it, when it does break it, it might wash off, because that rejection from the... See, the thing is, I expected a better momentum on Bbig, which never came. It might later, but that's not the point. It was supposed to come on this bounce. So I'm going to be extremely careful now on Bbig, because I just don't like the way it's trading at the moment. There's no follow through in the momentum. That's all I would say. 809s. Hey Floyd, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Usually it's 25%. 25%. See, this is what I mean by Bbig. Is this rejection is not good, because the momentum coming from this move should have at least attacked the highs. Now, because it didn't attack it, the momentum does not have that follow through. So I really wanna on this one be tight because of that. Now if it does, again I'll remind you, do not hesitate to take your stop out under 8. AMC, I don't want to celebrate AMC because I know silver is in it in the other opposite direction, but I'm just gonna say that. That's all. You can put your stop over 46.50s, guys, on AMC. Worst case scenario, you've got a really good winner on this 46s. I'm gonna take some out 46s. 46.06 right about now, guys. 07s. 07 is fine. I'm okay with 07s. Took some out 07s. I know it's quite close to each other, but that that I can't ignore that 200 EMA. If it does bounce, I want to make sure that I'm banking in some. Yeah, Bbig, I'm out, guys. Under 8, I'm out. In fact, yeah, 799. Bbig, I'm out, guys, on just the 10 cents. But this one was definitely worth it. Now, even what you can do is you can actually keep your stop now under a 795. This is a far better stop in my opinion, just risking another 4 cents because the wick, this is the wick under VWAP. Now if it's gonna wick you, there you go, that's auto as well, you see. But what I mean by this is sometimes what it will do is it will wick you out under that. This is a magnet, isn't it? VWAP is a huge magnet. So what it does is it will go on and off of, well, over and under of VWAP and then come back in. This was a chance for you to stay in it and then stop under 795s. But since it did that, there's no point in staying. But me, I've gotten out about 799s right here. We're talking about 12 cents, guys. So not too bad. Now, on these trades, the potential of this is our, let's say 1 hour. It's not even 1 hour for me, but let's say this is 1 hour, right? The potential of this giving you the potential at least like 4 or 5 hours is quite high on this one, on these kind of sort of setups that I take. So I know in the long run it does work out for me. On Bbig, guys, I will not be looking long at all now. In fact, I'll be looking to short this thing. You might say why. It's just I'm watching AMC, guys. I am really paying attention to AMC because that's doing alright. Right, another partial needs to be taken out just about on this wash. 45.80s. Okay, 89s, 87s, 86s. I'm looking to take some out, guys. Looking to take some out on AMC. Looks weak. 86. Come on, 85s. Take out. Yep. 84s. Right. Alright, before 75s, I will take some out, guys. Before 75s, even here, right about now, guys. Yep, 75s. So I didn't get 75s, but that's fine. Around 77s. That's fine. But it's looking absolutely beautiful. By the way, our hut, what can I say? Where's my hut, man? Okay, here. Look at that, guys. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take everything off on this hut here, on this wash. 940, 50, it's fine. 47s. Yeah. I don't care what it does now. Right, 940 somethings I took out, close to 50s. Let's say 50s. You know, it does what it does. It can go to 9 easily, but since I have, it's a massive trade for me. I will not leave this 25% after this much wash. I don't know whether it makes sense, but when it does wash off strongly, guys, I always take some out. I don't like to leave things when it's doing that, because after this you always get that pullback. After this you will always get that bounce. Not always, never say always, by the way. Usually. Usually. Right, Bbig, I might look into short this bad boy. Right about here. Under 8. I want to see how this holds. Okay, I am looking to short Bbig, BBIG 799s. Okay, 799 is fine. 799s. Yeah, 799. All right, 799. Just about 10 cents, maybe less than 10 cents actually. 10 cents stop right about here. It's not looking good though. I might come out of it early. It's not looking good at all. It shouldn't have broken that 8. Now this might be just a wick. Now if it does come back under 8, it's all good. But if it stays like that, I'll come out, guys. I'm waiting on Bbig. I'm short 799, and I want to wait for this to close. Okay, that's not looking good at all. 808s. Right, 808s, 810s. Now, my stop definitely 810s. 810, I will come out of it. 810s, I will definitely be out of Bbig short. So this was just a bit of a tricky, choppy ticker for me today. The only time I will consider a Bbig to have anything potential, any potential longs will be break of 825s and staying over that trend line. Okay, AMC wants to go for more. AMC wants to go. Okay, Bbig, not too bad. Bbig. Okay, Bbig. So holding on to this. This is what I mean by the wick. Now, if it does work out, this is a perfect example of waiting for the successful break of your level. This could be easily a wick coming down, and it does whatever you expect it to do, right? Now, if I was out here, let's say on my hard stop 805s or whatever, I would have been out of the game. So by having now, bear in mind, I will definitely not recommending using mental stuff for someone who has traded under a year with live account, not demo. If you have an experience of at least a year, then consider using mental stops, right? That should be your goal. But if you have anything less than that, always use a harsh stop. I would recommend, let's say I'm using 10 cents risk, maybe put a 15 cents, 17 cents or 20 cents risk. But by doing that, you will at least try to be try to give your trade a fighting chance. That's the whole idea basically behind it. Ooh, AMC, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. AMC. Okay, getting ready. Getting ready. 45, 45s, 40s, 41s, 43s. Took some out, guys. Took some out. I don't need to keep on repeating. When it does washes nicely, guys, just make sure you take some out. 43s, I got out some. I have only like 10. I would say 10% left on this. Extremely successful trade, this one. And I'll tell you I don't know whether you were here on the stop on this thing was like this here. It's just that stop, and look at the reward. So all my trades will look like that if they are successful. So I don't mind getting chopped out on few trades before I actually take a successful one, because I know in the long run I will the math or numbers will work out for my advantage. Wasn't that a great exit, guys? Final exit on HUT, right? So I mean, look at the HUT's trade. Look at the HUT trade, guys. Remind me to talk about the AMC. Just it's a bigger picture. Just remind me later down the line, because I'm running out of my trades anyways. I want to make sure. I think Bbig is just playing around, guys. And you know what, guys? I'm just gonna exit Bbig right here, 805. 805. I'm exiting 805. If it does something, that's fine. But I think it wants to go again. So I don't care what it does now. Over here, my idea was the momentum of this will continue down, and it didn't. Now it's pausing there. I don't like it trading there. So have a look, guys. 5 cents loser there. 5 cents loser. And this one was 10 cents, around 12 cents. But when you catch something like this in the right direction, that could be a dollar and more than a dollar move. Yeah, Jay, I know. You should have been in AMC. I'll be surprised if you're not, honestly. You know, come on, you can't take that trade with. Okay, let's talk about AMC, because I am out of the one that I was worried about is BBIG. As you can see, what an exit, right? So let me explain BBIG, why I exited early here and not here on this move. Now, on this move here is the first test of that your level. I was leaning back on VWAP and 8 level, right? This area here. Now I don't consider level to be a number. I consider them to be a zone. Always think of your levels as a zone. That's why you need to give some room. What my plan was, if it does pop and then drop, then I will put my stop over that pop, right? Because usually it does that. It's basically liquidity hunts, stop hunts around that VWAP zone. That is quite normal. Now once it did that and came back down, I expected this to continue breaking down 8, which it didn't. In fact it held 8, held nicely. That's what I got worried a little bit, and I got out 805s. Now I will do that if price action starts to really give me that hint. I wouldn't do that if just randomly. It has to give me some sort of a hint that yes, it's not really doing what you expect it to do. So be very careful. That's why I got careful a little bit here. So I am perfectly fine with minus 5 cents on this, because these trades can bring you 50, $1, $2 moves. Yep. Okay, so that's done. Bbig. Let's talk about AMC. All right, AMC, guys. The thing with AMC is, remember over here, I was definitely mentioning, even pre-market, I was mentioning, be very careful shorting this thing, because this has strength. The daily looks strong, and if it does attack that highs, and if it starts to break, you will be in a lot of pain if you're still in shorts. So if you're going to take shorts, be very careful. That was the whole point here, until this happened. Okay, this happened. Now please pay attention, because this is probably the only thing you should, not only thing, I want to explain it in terms that you will never forget this. Okay, let me just do this, guys. Forget about the whole candle bar moves. I want to keep it simple, right? We have this move, right? And then we have this move, and then that move. Okay, this area here and this area here. Now this entry and that entry is coming off from something major, which is this. Now the reason why I say that, okay, there's a lot of things behind it, but the daily was attacking the highs. You see that here, 46.75s, this area here, this. So every time it was attacking, it was rejecting. Now today also I had a plan whereby I said, okay, let it attack that high, because it looks strong and it wants to break. Over here it barely reached, come back down, but it actually didn't wash off, and it stayed strong and then carried on. So I didn't even think about shorting it at all. Once it started to wash off here under the 20, that's one sign that, well, it's washed off much further than these moves, right? And then last gasp, this is what I call last gasp, or just, you know, like, come on guys, help me out. What is it? What is it like? Before you die, you just trying to make sure that you are I don't know how to explain this, but like, it's not a dead cat bounce, for sure. It's not a dead cat bounce, but what I mean is, like, somebody's, let's say, losing a match, and they're just doing whatever, the last sort of punch. This is the last punch that the AMC did, attacking this high, which completely failed off. The reason why I say that is actually it didn't even go and hit he swung, well, it swung the punch, but it didn't even reach. You see what I mean? Like, it tried to attack it, completely failed miserably. So this was a telltale sign for me that yes, things are shifting now from being strong to being weak, because it's just showing the sign over there. Last gasp. Let's stick to that. Yeah. So last gasp was here. Now over here, guys, does that look like a last gasp to me? To you? No, it doesn't. For me, it doesn't. Because you can't anticipate the last gasp before it actually confirms. When did it confirm? Well, right over here. Right now. Before that, it's not a last gasp, guys. It could be a pause before it continues to break that 48 easily. Right? Right over here as well, you can't say that was the last gasp. No. Yes, it did pull back and pause a little bit, try to come down again, but it just continued. So on this one, completely different story. The shift in the momentum completely changed, as you can see. Trading under 200 EMA, barely made it to the highs. Now is confirming that it wants to stay under 200 EMA, even getting under 47s. So this is telling me now, okay, interesting, right? Very interesting, because you know, AMC, by the way, what am I now? Okay, let me, because I haven't got much on it anyway, so I'm fine with it. And then we had this right over here, a trade, guys. But then that would have been a bit early. If you had taken that, your stop would have been 10-15 cents for a target of VWAP. In this case, it was worth it because your target is more than 2 to 1 easily, right? But if it was close to VWAP, I wouldn't have taken that trade. But this right over here, complete break of VWAP, as if it wasn't even there, like just didn't even care, right? That's a sign that this reversal has happened, and it's actually on its way. This is a first sign. Well, there's a lot of signs, but I would say once you notice that, then you can start easily looking for shorts, which we completely did right over here. Right over here. You know, 46.64s is the entry. I was mentioning just over VWAP, which is 46, about 25 cents. That was actually almost like a worst case scenario thing, but so let's say 25 cents. It wasn't 25, it was less than that, but let's say 25 cents. And then, you know, the momentum continued because you are reading all those, you're taking a big picture behind your trades, right? Like you're actually going with the wave, not against it. Honestly, I could exit right now for the last remainder of the 10% left, but I'll just keep it above here, just about 40. I'm a bit confused because it's only 10%, so I would rather keep it. I don't like to move my stop up. I barely do that, but because I have very, very little on it, yeah, just break even, because I would have exited here. My exit, because I was talking to you guys, it would have been on the break of 46, maybe 46 tens over here. I would have exited the remaining position here for sure, but now that I didn't, I will just leave it as it is now. Okay. Alright, that's what I wanted to talk about on AMC, guys. Pay attention to, don't be, look, you have seen me take long and shorts today on the same ticker. And a lot of times, let's say, for me, it was very, very hard to adjust to that. Because I was biased. No, on this one, I was biased completely long side. In fact, if you go back to this stream in the beginning, I wasn't looking for shorts at all in this case scenario. Look over here. I was telling you guys, like, be careful shorting it, in fact, right? But there should be a point where if the price is screaming at you that, you know, it's changing, something is changing from this to that, you gotta read it, and you gotta be able to change that bias very quickly. Otherwise, you're gonna be in a lot of pain. Trust me, you know, I know. Don't ask how I know, but I know. So always be ready to change your bias if something is screaming at you. Not the way. Okay, there's a difference between you think that things have changed, and there's a difference between a confirmed change. It will take a while. Of course, it will take a while, maybe a few years, for you to start looking at these things, bigger picture. A lot of people ask me, why do I look at this 1 minute? I could easily look at this 5 minutes and really get the better view on this. when it comes to bigger picture. But I don't just trade 1 minute. I will zoom out of this whole thing. I'm not looking at specifically here, there. I'm looking at the whole thing. The first thing I do is actually zoom out and look at the whole big picture on the intraday and also the daily. The difference is, for me, it takes a few seconds to actually this took me just a glance basically to realize, well, yeah, right over here, in fact, this was a confirmation. Earlier on I was looking at it here, right over here, but I was worried about 47 area. But even then, my first tick was confirmed that price could be on a reversal point here. But then when it did this 100%, I was like, okay, well, my bias, this has is worth changing my bias to what it did. So that's what the trade is all about. That's what that was the main picture behind it, main thesis behind it. Also, there's quite a lot of technical things behind it. Obviously, my setup has to occur. Just because I think it's gonna reverse doesn't mean I'm gonna trade anywhere. It has to happen. Certain things has to happen, step-by-step process when it comes to technical part of things. If it doesn't, then I wouldn't even take it because my setup isn't there anymore. So by the way, I am managing KPLT on the side, guys. I have taken few second partial on that as well, but I know nobody has traded this, so that's why I said, you know, I'm not gonna really sort of talk about this. The partial was here 670s, and that is also looking like a really good around that area here. I did mention that actually, if you remember it. Now my stop, I don't mind if it can take me out on a on the break of the VWAP. Perfectly fine with it, but I expect, you know, if it does go, I've got only like 25%, maybe 30% left on this, then yeah. Yes, silver, extremely by the way, keep an eye on Bbig. Bbig is just 811. This could be a long, guys. 812, 812's you know, the problem is the time frame. You see, if this was happening right about in this time frame here, or right over here, in fact, we took that. There's a long here, guys. I'm just it's one of those things. Don't ask me what and why. There's a long here, but I'm not gonna take that, guys, because I've got too many trades today. I don't like to over trade. But if you do take this 810s, make sure you put your stop 795s, 15 cents. It could be worth it. You are too early. I would say you are still early, but once you catch these things early, then you don't have to worry about breakout entries, which can be painful. But on this one, I would say the ideal entry would be to let it break that 830 or 825s, and then just wait for a nice little pause there or here, and then take it, because that's the confirmation. This is still early, but you want that volume to come in for sure. I think this might be the start of it. Right. Okay. Let's go back to AMC. AMC is popping back up. AMC is holding, 46 is holding, so that's not a good sign. I am gonna keep my stop here, guys. Just on the break of the swing high. If it does break that, I'm out for the remainder of 10%. And because this looks like it wants to at least attack that VWAP, as you can see, there it goes. Yep, there it goes. Volume coming in, I'm out. Let's see, what did I get? 46.35s. 46.35s. Right over here, guys. That's fine. still I got in some. Okay guys, so I wanna make sure you understand something as well before I go, because I'm gonna end the stream soon. um, how do I say, your risk to reward. I know a lot of people have been told that you can get away with 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 even. um, I am completely or very biased against that. The reason why I say this is, let's say you have a system that gives you 1-to-1. You know, for your 1-to-1 to work, at least you need to have 80% win to loss, 75-80% win to loss. If you don't have that, then you might be running a negative edge. The reason why I say that is, let's say you decide 10 cents risk and 10 cents profit. When you lose 10 cents, I can guarantee you almost always you're not going to be losing 10 cents. It's going to be 12 cents, 11, 12, 13 if you're lucky. And if you win, when you exit, it's going to be almost under 10 cents. That's one thing cleared, right? You're already not 1-to-1. You're actually 0.58. Sorry, 0.8. 1 against 0.8. That's exactly why, depending on your style, if you're a scalper, you know, if your accuracy is not anywhere close to 80%, then don't try to sort of trying to look out for another setup or other strategies that will give you at least 2-to-1. Now, when I say 2-to-1 as well, guys, your accuracy needs to be close to 50%. A lot of times these education services will tell you, oh, if you have 2-to-1 and 50%, oh look, if I give you a coin and you know, if I you know the drill, guys. You've heard it like millions of times. But what I mean is, even 2-to-1 is not sustainable, right? It's not sustainable. Let me repeat that. 2-to-1 is not sustainable in the long run, guys, because you have to account for your mistakes. You have to account for platform's mistakes. You have to account for every little mishaps that you're gonna occur on a losing trade, right? So if you're, for me, the way I work, my style is always aiming for that 5-to-1 potential trade. Now, it doesn't have to give me 5-to-1, but as long as it has the potential, right? As long as it has the potential to give me at least 5-to-1 on that trade, then I will pull that trigger. Otherwise, no. That's what you will see from my trades, and the example of this is perfectly clear here. Like, we're talking risk here, and then reward being somewhere like this. Probably more than that, but I'm just giving you an idea, guys. Look at this. My accuracy is around 43%, 42%, guys. But when I win, it will look something like that. So that's why I want to come across. I want to make sure you understand how I trade. And if you are there just watching my trades, and if I have few losers, you might think that, oh shit, that's so quick, and why is he like taking trades that as if nothing happened? Because I know in the long run I trust my data, and my data proved to be right, that I have an edge in the long run. So if I know that in the long run I have an edge, why am I going to be bothered by 10 cents loser, 5 cents loser here? Because my winners are going to give me 50 cents, $1. Yeah, I mean, I actually don't trade 2 hours. I trade about half an hour. Usually when I trade, that first 2-3 trades I catch is way more than enough. Like, I think last week was not great example, but a week before that is one day we had 13 R winner, on one single trade, and one the next day or before the day before it was 8 hour plus 8 hour. So it didn't take me a long time to achieve that, because a lot of people think, well, you have to be trading a lot, you have to be working hard while you're trading to success, to progress or have a successful career. No, it's completely opposite. Now it's deciding. Bbig is now deciding. Okay, so that it's already making up its mind. Bbig, guys, avoid longs if you can. So where was I? Right. So long hours on trading itself is doesn't account for success. It's actually worse for you. What you want is after hours work. Right? Put as much hours as you can, as many hours as you can. I can't speak English, by the way. It's just yeah, it's horrible, I know, but I'm sure try to understand me. As many hours as you can to make sure you are working after your trades. Let's say, for example, this trade. If you think you did the wrong thing, you want to make sure that you engrave it in your mind that next time you take these kind of trades, it's not going to happen if there's no setup. For me, it's okay because there was a setup. If I had taken anything like here without a setup, then I'll go back to this and I'll just ask myself, why the hell did I take this trade? And I'll start writing things. I'll start working behind, what was I thinking, what was my feeling, how was I feeling, and things like that. So I'll start asking questions over questions over questions, and something will pop up of that. It could be something to do with FOMO. It could be something to do with oh, you haven't taken any trades yet. I just wanna pull that trigger for the sake of taking a trade. Something silly like that, right? The work is there. That's what I mean. Post trade is the main work, and you want to put it in journal. I will definitely recommend any of them. TraderView, TradeThink, TradeViz. There's quite a lot of them out there. If you're taking especially live trades, make sure. Yeah, it's just no. I'm not interested in Bbig. Make sure you are journaling in those websites or in those services, because I might go through it in a bit more detail one day, how important that is. See, the thing is, if you want to progress and if you want to know whether you're progressing or not, you need to have data. For you to get a proper data, you need a professional service like TraderView. Don't think that you're going to write them down and you're going to have you're going to achieve the same data as they will give you. It's kind of hard unless you're really good with your Excel sheet and stuff like that. But if you can, put your every single trade in your in the data, and be very honest when you put these trades as your setups, right? Extremely honest, because you don't want to you don't want to be having a fake data a result and work through that. No. Let's say, for example, this is a trade and a setup for me. Now I will put this as my setup. Let's say setup A. Because it was a loser, I won't be biased and say, oh, this is a no setup, right? I will definitely put this setup A, setup B, something like that, right? So that I know which setup of mine is giving what, how much, and what's the win rate, what time of the day it works, how far does it go, those setups, every single thing, how far does it go before it starts working, every single variable that I can think of. I need to concentrate and work through that. Right, so that's just me, just talking nonsense, but trying to take it seriously if you can, and work a little bit harder post-market and pre-market as well. Pre and post-market is where the hard work is. If I want to sum up my half an hour's nonsense, is the pre and post market is where the hard work lies. Yeah, MAE, MFE, you gotta have that. You gotta know on average what is your MFE and what is your MAE, things like that. But for people who are just beginning, you know, they might not know MAE, MFE. But if you don't know, Google it. Make sure you understand what this thing is, because these two variables that we're talking about is probably one of the most important variables, especially when you are starting out a new strategy, because that way then you can adjust the stop. If yeah, just let's keep it to that, guys. I'm gonna be heading out soon, so any other questions, guys? No worries, man. You're welcome. Or definitely welcome. Stick around. Your mentality will change. Trust me. A lot of people who have stick around here has their mentality over risk to reward. The way they trade have changed, and I believe they're happy about it. So hopefully. Oh shoot, Silver, I forgot. Brokers. Can can I talk about this tomorrow? I'll gather some data as well for you if I can. But I would say, if you are going to be shorting a lot, IB and TD is not going to give you much choice. That's all I say. I will definitely recommend to start researching for brokers that will have a lot of short locates, and their prices are really competitive. For example, Centerpoint and Cobra Trading is one of the best out there. If you can deposit like 25k, I wouldn't recommend that at all if you're starting out, but if you have been trading for a while. But if for beginners, I would not recommend those accounts because you need 25k. But if you do want a choice right about now, I think CMEG and Trade Zero is the only choices that you have, in my opinion. I wouldn't go for CMEG. I prefer Trade Zero. They do have locates, and I do trade them as well. And sometimes their locate can be really good. So I'm also making actually a video about this. So stay tuned for that, guys. That might explain a little bit more detail. But we can always discuss that in the Discord. There are quite a lot of people using, like Jay is using Trade Zero. You know, we will get more, obviously more crowded as well. People will be using different sort of brokers. We can definitely discuss that. But make sure you have that option that you are able to short stocks, because that's where your edge is. I'll leave it at that, guys. In fact, that's my edge, basically. My edge is shorting. So quite a bit of, I just want to quickly go through the trades that we took. Remember the Bbig, very small, 2 losers. That's fine because we were in that chop. This move, this is what I mean. Like, okay, over here, fine, choppy, it's not doing much. That's perfectly fine. But as soon as this happened, the whole perspective of this being choppy completely changed, especially when it comes to the daily. It's run before, and it's likely to run again anytime, any day. So that could have been the start of it. That was the thesis behind it. Change in the perspective, basically. So that was just 2 small minor losers. We talked about AMC, massive, probably 5R on that. Hut, right? This is a perfect example of why I really stress that RR. Okay, 10 cents loser, right, guys? 10 cents loser, first of all. And then second entry, I believe, was 10 cents, around 10 cents loser, if I'm not mistaken. Was that a loser? RR risk to reward, basically. Yeah. I'm trying to find whether this was a loser. That wasn't a loser, was it? No. I actually added quite a few times on this trade. Yeah, the stop would have been over 11. Yeah. So as you can see, guys, actually this might have been a loser here, and then we added here, re-entered here. I might be wrong on this. I have to check my data. I've shut down my PC. But this row, two losers. Let's say two losers we've got. I have to check this. But all of them, as you can see, very tiny losers compared to this. So our losers are like that. Come on. This is our first loser, and second average of that is this loser here, and then yeah, so something like that, maybe even more than that because of this exit, but I think that's about right. So 1 1, this is probably more than 5. So you get the idea, guys, right? You get the idea. So my winners considerably massive against losers. So what else did we trade? We traded on the side. I don't think anybody traded this, but I'm still on this one. I'm out obviously here, but this was a good trade as well. This was a break even over here, the first trade, and the long I tried long on it as well, and it got stopped out here. That I gave more than I anticipated or expected, but it's one of those things where you don't want to get chopped around on the wick. That's why I left a little bit room. So and then I started short here with a stop here, right? That in itself, come on, this was my risk, but my reward first partial was here, and then I added here, so I would say definitely around this. So that works out for me as well, because I added here, remember guys, added here for partial taken, second add here, and then over here, and then last. Actually the reward will look like this, something like that. Not that great, but it's still there. So just gonna go through my we talked about that. We didn't trade. There was quite a few trades I missed on Rnxt for my setup. I missed Rnxt. That would have been a nice trade, but that's fine. Okay, that's pretty much it. Hope you understand what I'm trying to sort of come across here. Trying to, first of all, get your RR set up properly. Don't settle with 1-1. Anybody who's trying to tell you that 1-1 is sustainable or 1-2 is sustainable, I think it's in the long run it's not, and that's my honest opinion. And then pre and post market work, start working on that. Right, what questions that we have? Oh no, I don't trade TD. That's for charting purposes and for your preferences as well. Sorry, for the sake of viewers, I just draw the entries and exits and partials. I have on the side completely different platforms that I take trades on. I can't put them all there. And the thing is, I have always thought that maybe I should start putting one of my platforms and start trading off of that. But the problem with that is I it's kind of hard for me as well, because I trade at least two platforms on the side, right? And there's extra pressure that I'm gonna incur first of all, and also let's say for example if I'm trading 1,000 shares, right? It's gonna put a lot of bias on other people trading similar shares where they shouldn't be. Um, they should be trading 100 shares, not 1,000, maybe even 50 shares. But what that's gonna do is if they start seeing numbers here, um, it's kind of not good for people who are actually just joining in and start trading. So I don't wanna do that yet. Maybe in the future, if everybody is similar level, we can definitely do that, but not yet. That's one of the reasons, and few other reasons, because I don't want to put too much pressure on me as well. It's a different thing. Um, so that's why I do it. Whatever you see, if you don't know, pink means short, blue means partials, and then we have, if we take, let's say blue first, that's a long, and then our stop, these signs here. That's how at least that's how I'm working at the moment. This could change, obviously. No, but you'll get there, Silver. You have to be in the right place with the right people. So hopefully this is the case with you guys. I really hope that's the case. So stick around for sure. It took quite a long time, years. Started out with Forex 2010, and then moved on to futures a little bit for a few years. Started trading stocks 2014, 15. I'm talking about live, yeah. Just notice that I don't talk about demo, because I don't consider demo to be. Let's just say I'm not really biased on demo trading. That's what I would say. If you have, like, if we're going to talk about that, we can talk about it for hours. Why I think demo is not very good for you. Demo is extremely good for only getting used to platform, but not getting used to it regularly. So I'll definitely not recommend sticking to demo all the time. If you've got a setup that you think might work, you have to try it on live. Even if it's 10 shares, you gotta pull that trigger, right? 100%. You're just tricking yourself. Simple as that. You're wasting that time that you're demo trading. In fact, it will get you in a mental situation where you will completely have a fake expectation of the whole business. That's the reality. So yeah, do not go into demo too much. If you're gonna go into just for platform purposes, that's all. Yeah, 6 months in is a good time, but expect years, not months. Or so be patient. That's really good, Silver, but we'll work on your risk management side of things. Okay, you are in the elite anyway, so we can actually, that's why I created that. So I can actually lend a helping hand for anything personal, like it could be something to do with the RR issues or whatever. Anyways, yeah, okay. Redis day for me it looks good. So War, you have started 6 months ago. Have you started with 50, or was it smaller than that? Yes. You started bigger. Okay, so complete opposite of what or yeah, I will say start with $10. How about that? Even 50 is too much, but it's up to you. If you can afford to handle that much lose in a consecutive, let's say you have really bad few months or 6 months, would you be able to handle that max loss, that limit? Yeah, as long as you can handle that and it's not affecting you mentally that much, that's fine. I would definitely say a starting point is $20. I found that that is the one that is actually, when it comes to ratio between your commissions and everything, $20 risk is something you can handle, because for that $20 risk, you're actually going for a trade of potentially giving you something like $60-80 trade. At least that's what I aim for in this stream. Um, mm, yes, you might have a really huge account, but how can I explain this? I would say keep it to the lowest possible, which is 50 is alright if it's okay for you. Uh, as long as you, once you start to I would say keep it at that and do not change it at all. Don't even move it to 55 unless you can prove yourself for at least a month, 2 months. I would guarantee 2 months consistent profit with consistent risk management, not like one odd trade. No, it has to be consistently, at least I'm talking about 100 to 300 trades. We're talking 100 to 200 trades of data should tell you, well, actually it should scream at you saying, well, come on, man, nah, 50 is not enough now, look at this. If you don't get that, then yeah, stick to 50 and never change it unless you get to that point. Eventually it will happen, trust me, it will. And when it will happen, you probably might not even notice it if you're doing the right things, if you're putting on that work of journaling your trades and retrieving data from it and acting according to what your data tells you. That's perfect, Andrew. That is a really, really, really good way to start. I will definitely recommend everybody to start with that. Now, 10 is a bit low because of the commission ratio, because you will be paying a lot of commission for a $10 or nah. 20, I think, is ideal to begin with, for sure. Yeah, well, you're in the right place. We will work on those things. As I said, when I'm free, I don't mind talking about certain subjects between the stream, our own stream guys at the moment, because it's good for me as well, because it's a reminder for myself. And one of the reasons I started stream is also to have a thought process speak out. Like I wanna be able to tell someone on the side here, if somebody's sitting beside me, I should be able to tell them what I'm thinking, what I'm taking, what's my risk, what's my profit targets. All those should be explained to that person. So I have been thinking about how I can do that. Like I wanted to get someone to trade with me on the side for that specific reason. But I thought, well, if they're not at the same level, then it's kind of hard for me to really do that. So I started thinking about streaming, where there will be multiple. Eventually, we will have a small little community that I can actually talk my trades out loud. That way, I am not really taking any silly trades, because I have been. I gotta be honest. And since streaming, it has helped me so much. You have no idea how much it helps when you talk out loud your trades, because when you start talking out loud, you you tend to like something clicks, like something clicks. If there is no trade, it clicks. It tells you, start to tell yourself basically, well, you know. So 100% the stream has helped me progress myself when it comes to trading. So yeah. Yeah, it can be boring. It can be boring, yeah. But boring is good. Boring is good. Now, if you feel like you're excited on when you're pulling the trigger, trading, excitement is not a good thing. But yeah, I know what you mean. The whole overall perspective of sitting down on your own and trading can be boring. But more dangerous than that, it can be. How do I say this? Like, let's say, for example, let's say you're zoomed in, you can't zoom out. Like, let's say you have a stock that you have had a loser for 2 or 3 trades, and there's nobody out there to tell you, mate, you're looking at the wrong stock. Like, leave it. Like, for example, like, Bbig. If you had 2 losers on it, anytime it's popping up, you're thinking, well, um, even I'm thinking, like, if it's popping up 8 10s, well, it's gonna, it's gonna go. But there has to be some sort of a distraction for you to take you out of that zoomed in position, zoomed in situation, right? So I think a distraction is a good thing. Being in a community is an extremely important part of trading. I think nobody can do this alone. Uh, that's the way it is. Everybody who does this properly is either pro firms. They're trading together. Really, some serious traders trading together. They might not get involved with each other's trades, but they will still be in that environment where there are actually traders around. So you just need to be in that environment. Okay, here's the deal, guys. This is really, really important, and I know some of the viewers here, some of the subscribers have done this, and they have benefited hugely from it. Now, that's a really, really good question, because I will definitely recommend watching my previous trades, the recaps. Okay, once you watch that recap, I have posted on that description the live stream recordings on it. You want to know how my thought process was? Maybe it's not 100% explaining you, but once you start to listen to my thought process over and over and over, you will start to feel the way I trade. You will start to have that grasp of my style, basically. You will get the bigger picture, and then small adjustments have to be done, obviously, for the entry and exits, but the general idea, you will get it. Trust me, I wouldn't have to go and explain to you this A, B, C, D has to happen for me to do, X, Y, Z or whatever, right? So do a little bit of work. I know it is, but once you find it that way, trust me, you are not going to lose it. So I'll leave you to do some work. A hint is, if you've watched a video that you like, if you watched a trade that you've liked on those trade recaps, go to that live stream day and watch the whole day if you can. That's what I would say, if you really want to benefit from this whole thing. Yeah, that's a good thing, because if it doesn't make sense to you, then I am doing something wrong. That has to make sense to people, right? Because we are actually in fact trading people's emotions and all. So if it doesn't make sense to you, then that's some baloney. Anyways guys, I am gonna end this stream, but I would leave you with Bbig. If you are still trading, if you're gonna be trading this, wait for the volume. Sorry, that's just zoomed in. This volume, not right about now, if it starts breaking 813s, the volume needs to stay consistent. If that stays consistent, then this has potential. That's what I would say. But don't ignore if it starts to wash down. Your risk can be under 8. Stick to your risk. Make sure you respect that risk of yours. Right about now, the volume picked up, but you want to see another few bars whether that volume come in or not, because it could be easily one of these. So that's what I'll leave you with. Anyways guys, take it easy, have a good one. I'll don't know whether I'm going to be making the trade recap. I will try to make a trade recap for today's trades. I'll keep you posted anyways. Alright guys, take it easy, stay safe, ciao. That's that. Yeah, I will try, but I think that's not a good idea, because if I was to choose something to that doesn't have a potential for a trade or of RR, it's not a good idea. So but I'll keep an eye on that, don't worry. Anyways, have a good one guys. Cheers. Watch them videos guys, recaps, and do some work. Right guys, have a good one. Boom, ended the stream here.